I never know how to start these videos. Like, it's, hey. Hey girls. Today we are here because I actually have a physical TBR, something I never thought in my lifetime I would ever have. A physical TBR. This is so exciting. It's very small. Most people have like 200 books, 100 books. Can't relate. I'm not there yet. I don't even have that much storage for my books yet. But I do have a physical TBR. Okay, so we're gonna go through it today. I do have a few books that are not physical that I am gonna talk about today that are technically on my TBR, but they all relate with other books that I have here today, so that's why I will be talking about them as well. But I do have a decent sized physical TBR that I wanna go through today, so let's just get right into it. All right, we're gonna start with my current read, which is Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. I finished Wild Love. I liked it. I think I gave it like a 4.5 stars. It was good. I liked the characters, their banter. The female main character, she was like very stubborn, feisty. I like that. I like characters like that. So yeah, it was really good. This one is also really good. I'm almost done. I only have this much left. And I'll probably finish it today. It's really good so far. Interestingly enough, maybe in my opinion, and I don't know if anyone else might think this, but I feel like Wild Love and Wild Eyes so far have been like actually more of a slow burn than her other ones. Like, I would say we just really got into the spiciness. That's a far way through the book to you know, really get into the physical side of things compared to her other, Elsie Silver's other books. There is nothing wrong with the slow burn because when the spice gets there, it's good spice, you know. So far so good with this one. I really like it. I'm interested to see how it ends. But this one's good so far. So that being said, once I finish this, obviously since I've started the series, I'm gonna finish the rest of the series. I'm not exactly sure how many books she's gonna have in the Rose Hill series, but I already know that the third book will be coming out, I think in March time frame. After I finish this book, the next book I have in line is Lost and Lassoed. I just purchased this book. It was in my Barnes and Noble book haul that I just recently posted. I've read the first 2 books of this series and really enjoyed them, but I think this one, I don't know, I have high hopes because I've really loved the female main character through the other 2 books in this series, and now that she has her own book, like, I have high hopes, so I'm really hoping it lives up to that. I think I saw something that people were giving bad reviews on this, which is interesting. But then I saw people really defending this book, so I'm probably going to be one of the ones defending it. The first book in this series wasn't exactly my favorite. I didn't connect with the characters that much, but it was still a good book. Whereas in the second book, I really connected with the female main character and absolutely loved the male main character and how he treated her. So I connected with the second book in the series a lot more and absolutely loved it. That book was an easy 5 stars for me. And I think this one is also going to be very similar. After I read Lost and Lassoed, I'm actually going to continue another Elsie Silver series that I am reading, which is the Gold Rush Ranch series. Elsie Silver just came out with new covers. So the third book just came out a couple days ago, which is called The Front Runner. So I'm going to be ordering that here soon. The Front Runner is actually one of Elsie Silver's top 5 books. She posted that, you know, on her Instagram, and I was like, oh, so I really have to read this one. I love a good redemption arc, honestly. Even though right now I hate the male main character, I think I'll probably end up loving him after the book. So I love a good redemption arc. Who doesn't love a good redemption arc? You know what? Tamlin still needs his, okay? Tamlin still needs his. You know what? I'm still holding out just a little bit of hope, okay? Anyways, that is so off topic. After I finish The Front Runner, the next book in that series doesn't come out until December, like mid-December. So I think what I will be doing is picking back up the Zodiac Academy. I started the Zodiac Academy before my wedding thinking I was going to be able to finish the Zodiac Academy in September, even though that's when my wedding was. I don't know. I don't think I was really thinking straight. And of course, I set this book down for way too long because I had a lot of wedding stuff going on and I didn't want to pick it back up after my wedding. I was really just loving the idea of a cowboy romance. And so that's what I've been on recently, is cowboy romances. But I think I'm starting to move back towards getting back into my fantasy books. And so I think after I'm done with my little cowboy romance era here, that I'm going to go ahead and pick back up the Zodiac Academy book 4. I just am struggling getting through this one because I did spoil it for myself. Not entirely, but I just know some shit goes down that I'm not going to be happy with, and things don't really start to pick back up until like I think book 6 or 7 I think I was reading. I also did burn myself out on this book because, like I said, I kind of spoiled it for myself because I just was so wrapped up in like needing to know what happens with these characters and the relationships and the romance and just everything that was going on. And so I kind of burnt myself out on the book and had to set it down, and I didn't want to pick it back up after the wedding. I don't know, I'm trying to like form a reading order, but I just know that who knows if I'm actually going to stick to it. So I'm thinking that I might pick Zodiac Academy back up. But the problem with that is that there is absolutely no way I'm going to be finishing this Zodiac Academy series before Onyx Storm comes out. I could, but I'll really have to grind, and maybe that is a possibility for me, but I don't know if I will be able to. So I might have to take a pause at some point again with the Zodiac Academy because I want to reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame before Onyx Storm comes out. I think there's a lot of information that I've missed, and of course on TikToks there's a ton of theories and this, that, and the other. So I just want to reread them for myself. I honestly really miss the books. It's been a year since I've read them. So that being said, I have both Fourth Wing and Iron Flame on my physical TBR right now. Even though I've already read them, I want to reread them because Onyx Storm is coming out. I've already pre-ordered the book and I will be getting it. I think the date comes out, if not the next day. I ordered it through Amazon. So I'm so excited. This is, Throne of Glass is my favorite series. It took over the Empyrean series, but this is my second favorite. I absolutely love these two books so much. Say what you want. They changed my reading life, and I am forever thankful for them for that, because then I got to read series like ACOTAR and Throne of Glass. So anyways, that's why I don't know my exact reading order yet, because I do want to get through these. I just find it hard to believe that I'll be able to finish the entire Zodiac Academy series. There is a lot of books and I'm only in the middle of book 4. So I might have to take pause on that series, get through these books before Onyx Storm comes out, and after Onyx Storm, then I will finish the Zodiac Academy if I didn't already. So those are the only 2 books on my TBR that I've already read, but I'm gonna read again. Next on my TBR, after I finish Zodiac Academy, I purchased the first 2 books in the Boys of Tommen, I don't know how to say that, Tommen series, and I didn't know how thick these books were, okay? These are some thick romance books. These are the biggest romance books I've ever picked up and I'm ever probably gonna read. These are huge. I was not expecting that. So they are gonna have to be pushed down the line a little bit. So I'm definitely gonna be reading these after the Zodiac Academy, so to be probably a little bit later in the winter time. I'm really excited. Apparently these are really good books. People absolutely love them to death, which is really interesting because being a romance and being this long, it's a little intimidating to me. Like, it's got to be really good of a book for it to be this long, because there's no way you're getting through just a standard basic romance that's this thick. So I'm really interested to see, you know, all the different aspects of this series, but also like these 2 books, because they're about the same characters, which is also interesting. Usually a series like this, you know, it's different characters in each book, etc., so on, but not the first 2. At least the first 2 are about the same characters, so this is huge for a romance. And the last couple books that I have on my TBR were actually books that I bought to read in October, but that was before I decided I was in my cowboy romance era, so these books never got read, and so they are last on my physical TBR because I'm not like super pressed to read them right this second. And that is, first, I got the first 2 books in the Ruinous Love trilogy. I did not read the trigger warnings before picking these books up, and I was a little taken aback. I don't know if this is going to be like my speed, my taste. I bet you I'll end up like really liking them, but right now, based on the trigger warnings and everything, I'm a little nervous. It took me a while to actually get the balls to pick up these 2 books because I wasn't sure if it's going to be something that was like a bit of me, you know, but you know, for October time frame, I was like, oh, these are going to be perfect. Never ended up reading them, unfortunately. I am still excited to read them, and I will be reading them, but of course they're going to be at the end of my physical TBR because I'm not in the mood to be reading scary books right now. I'm in the holiday spirit, okay? I need some cozy books. And I also have The Ritual. Also, really, these three books were very like out of character for me. You know, I like weird shit, obviously, because I read books, fantasy books mainly, and that is weird shit, period. But these are a little bit different for me to be picking up. I had them on my TBR list for a very long time, but then of course when October started rolling around, I was like, these would be the perfect spooky season books to read. And so I got them and then never ended up reading them, unfortunately. I will be reading them, but again, they're at the end of my TBR because I'm more excited to read the other books that I have right now. I'll be interested to see like if I DNF any of them, because I feel like they're maybe not for me, but also if I end up really loving each and every one of them and surprise myself. So I'm excited to read these and have these in my physical TBR. Another series that I've already read that I want to reread is actually A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have the books over there. I didn't want to pick them out and mess up my shelves, but the reason I want to reread that is because after the Empyrean series, I was just so excited. Like I said, it changed my reading life as a reader. That's when I started my book addiction. Like truly, honestly, I was like, oh my God, I need the next one, you know? So I read ACOTAR after Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and I was so excited that I feel like I rushed through ACOTAR and didn't get to really enjoy it as much as I could have. So I want to reread ACOTAR again because I kind of miss the characters. All this fan art is coming out like on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to, you know, explore those characters all over again, but also I want to take my time reading it and enjoying it a little bit more instead of like rushing through it because I'm like so addicted, you know? So I kind of want to do more of a leisure read with ACOTAR. So that is also on my physical TBR as another series that I have already read but want to read again. But that's definitely way after I finish all of these books because I've already read it. That concludes my physical TBR. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm so excited to dive into all of these books. I was even considering doing reviews on some of these books, so I hope you guys would enjoy a review. And if you don't, oh well, I'm probably gonna do it anyways. So that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!